Alright, so this video is about subject-verb agreement, and we're going to start with Rule 5b. Rule 5a is too easy, so we're just going to start with Rule 5b. And this is that a verb should agree in number with its subject. Singular subjects take singular verbs, plural subjects take plural verbs. So what's this idea of a singular verb? Like, what the heck is a singular verb and what the heck is a plural verb? For the most part, we're talking about verbs used in the present tense. These are verbs like run, these are words like jump. Let's do one more. Let's do drive. So here's the weird thing. Singular subjects, their verbs, singular verbs end in S. So like, let's think of a singular subject. Let's say Bob. We wouldn't say Bob run to the store. We would say Bob runs to the store, and he jumps, and Bob drives. So singular verbs in the present tense, they tend to end in S. Plural verbs do not end in S. This would be like the friends run, the friends jump, and the friends drive. So what we're talking about here is this ending in S business. Singular subjects have to end in S and plural ones don't in the present tense. Down here they give you a bunch of examples, but let's go right into the exercise. So in the first part of the exercise, we just have to circle the correct verb. So it says opinions on the editorial page is or are often diverse. So here is the rule that we're looking at as well here, 5C. This is that the number of a subject is not changed by a word in a phrase or a clause following the subject. So you have to ignore any phrase or clause that is trying to confuse you. And that's what we have in number 1. The subject is opinions. And opinions is more than one thing. It's plural. And plural subjects don't end in S. So we're going to choose are because it doesn't end in S. What it's trying to trick you by making you think that the editorial page, which is singular, is the subject. So you would not say opinions on the editorial page is often diverse. You would say opinions are often diverse. So you have to just ignore prepositional phrases like this one. Number 2, Ellen Goodman, there's our subject, as well as other writers, speaks or speak on political issues. So here we have a prepositional phrase that tries to convince you to make you think that this is plural. It's not. It's singular. Ellen Goodman is singular. Singular verbs end in S, so we're going to say speaks. Ellen Goodman, as well as other writers, speaks on political issues. It might sound better to you to say speak here, but you can't just trust your natural ears, your natural English ears. You have to look at the sentence a little more closely. Number 3. A person who reads daily newspapers keeps or keep up on the issues. So here is our subject, a person, and a person is singular. So that means we need a verb that ends in S. Who reads daily newspapers? This is a subordinate clause. This is an adjective clause. You want to just ignore it. A person keeps up on the issues. Like, that's what this is all about. You have to ignore all of this stuff here in the middle that tries to confuse you. You have to ignore all of these phrases and clauses and find just the subject. Okay, number 4. One writer. How many writers? 1. So this right here is our subject, one writer, and it's singular, of humorous columns. That's trying to confuse you. This is a prepositional phrase that you have to just ignore. One writer, that's singular, so that means a verb that ends in S, is. And number 5. Government policy, that's singular. Government policy, that's our subject, along with rising taxes. And along with rising taxes is trying to make you think that we have a plural thing here going on. But along with rising taxes, you have to ignore. So we have a singular subject here. So you need a verb that ends in S, so you're going to say receives. So the big lesson here is you have to find the subject and ignore any kind of phrase or clause that comes after it, and make sure that if it's singular here, you pick that verb here in the present tense that ends in S. In exercise B, you do the same thing, except now instead of choosing between two verbs, you have to proofread the sentence. Good luck.